Hey, this is Charlie from 4A Music, and today I'll be talking about college auditions. In my time as a teaching assistant, professor, and department head, I've sat in on hundreds of college auditions. Here are a few ideas to help you maximize your performance and give yourself the best chance to get into the college or conservatory of your dreams. Before we get into it, the most important thing to remember is to be yourself. Play how you play and talk how you talk. Don't try to be something you're not, or be the thing you think the audition panel wants you to be. It'll come off as awkward or disingenuous, and you'll lose the opportunity to show the faculty who you really are. First impressions are everything. Before your audition, do your homework. Learn about the faculty in your department, learn who the department head is, what classes are available, and what ensembles you could potentially perform in. You can also see if you can sit in on a class or take a private lesson with one of the instructors before or after your audition. This can all happen during audition weekend, or even years or months before your audition. Dress to impress. You want to show the audition panel that you're serious. Be polite, be genuine with your thank yous, and make confident eye contact. Know your way around campus, be early, and be warmed up. So many students get spooked by getting lost or showing up late to their audition. It's a totally avoidable source of stress. Get to campus early and figure out where you are. Be memorized weeks, if not months in advance, and bring multiple organized copies of your sheet music for the accompanist in the panel. It's unlikely that the panel will want to see your sheet music, but if they do, it's another opportunity to show them how serious and organized you are. Choosing audition repertoire. This is not a time to be thinking outside the box. You should be following the audition requirements to the letter. Pay careful attention to tempo and style requirements, the most common of which is that your selections be contrasting. This can be one of the trickiest things to figure out. So make sure you ask multiple people their opinions on whether or not your choices are contrasting and appropriate for the audition. And you should always have your first choice in mind in case they ask you what you'd like to start with. Don't stress if the panel stops you before you finished a song. It is not an indication in any way how well you're doing. Even if the audition doesn't require it, consider printing off a simple list of your audition pieces for the panel to take a look at. This is another opportunity to show how organized and serious you are about the audition. Finally, even after you've followed all the requirements to the letter, it's nice to have at least one extra piece just in case you need it. This new haircut is kind of freaking me out. Okay. Surviving sight reading. Sight reading seems to always catch people off guard for some reason. So have a plan in place and practice before the audition. The most important thing about sight reading
is that once you start, don't stop. For any reason, please just keep going until the end.
You know what I mean? Hear what I'm saying? Avoid the following phrases before and after your sight reading performance. I'm sorry, I'm just so nervous. I'm just not very good at sight reading. Oh wow, what is this? I'm sorry. The audition panel is hearing sight reading all day. You don't need to tell them how well you did. I'm nervous. I'm just not really very good at sight reading. Don't spend too much time looking over the sight reading example. It can make you more nervous, and it's unlikely that you'll retain much of what you've practiced. That being said, pay attention to the key and time signatures and maybe the overall arc of the song, but don't spend too much time just staring at it. Asking thoughtful questions. In addition to being able to answer the panel's questions like, why are you interested in studying here? Just like a job interview, you should come prepared with a few questions of your own. This shows that you're serious and being thoughtful about this huge decision about where you're going to go to school. It's almost more important to avoid the wrong questions than it is to ask the right questions. The wrong questions to ask are, how did I do? How many students are you going to accept? Did I get in? These questions are impossible for the faculty to answer and honestly come off as being a little desperate. If you'd like feedback, it's a great thing to include in your thank you letter that you'll send a few weeks after your audition. In general, it's great to ask questions about what it's like to go to school there. You can ask what ensembles you'll have the opportunity to perform in, or how private studios are determined. It's also great to ask questions about life after school. For example, what do successful graduates of this program go on to do? And that's it for college auditions. Any questions or thoughts are welcome in the comments below. And if you happen to think this video was cool, consider giving it a like or subscribing to our channel. This has been Charlie for 4A Music. Thanks for watching. In addition to sight reading, many auditions will also include an ear training component, something along these lines. Can you play or sing these notes back? Now, this is something we don't often do in private lessons or classes, but the more prepared you can be for your audition, the better you'll do. And maybe take a look at the overall arc of the song, and being thoughtful about this huge decision